He shared food with 2 alien sisters. Minutes later, humanity's destiny changed forever. Elias had always considered himself ordinary, the kind of man who worked quietly, walked unnoticed, and never dreamed of cosmic upheavals. That ordinary life ended the night he wandered into the forest on the outskirts of New Denver, chasing the rumor of a fallen satellite. The forest was quiet, unnaturally so, the kind of silence that presses against your ears and makes your heartbeat feel deafening. As he neared the clearing, he saw them. 2 figures crouched by a small stream, lit by the ghostly green shimmer of bioluminescent moss. Their skin was iridescent, shifting between violet and teal, reflecting the dim light like oil on water. Their eyes were enormous, black and liquid, holding a depth Elias could not comprehend. The taller of the 2, who he guessed was the elder, tilted her head and whispered something in a language that wasn't human, but he understood it all the same. Hunger. Elias froze. His mind screamed for him to run, to flee from what clearly wasn't human. But the faint, sorrowful tone in their voices anchored him. He reached into his backpack, hesitated, and then pulled out a packet of trail mix, offering it to them. They exchanged a glance, a quick, silent communication, and then the younger one stepped forward. Tentatively, she reached for a handful. Their mouths moved delicately, lips curving in ways that made him realize they had teeth, but different, sharper, more efficient. As they ate, a strange warmth spread through the clearing, soft and pulsing, as if the forest itself exhaled in relief. "You're human," the taller one said, her voice melodic yet tinged with awe. Elias nodded. "I am," he whispered, almost ashamed. I didn't mean to intrude." "Not intrude," she corrected. "Chosen." Elias frowned. "Chosen. Chosen to witness," the younger sister said, her voice like wind over metal. "To decide." Before he could ask what she meant, the moss at their feet shimmered, and suddenly he wasn't just looking at 2 alien sisters. He was seeing visions. Cities floating in the sky, oceans turning silver under alien suns, and human colonies among stars he had only seen in textbooks. The sisters' eyes glowed brighter, casting spirals of light around the clearing. Elias felt it in his chest, a connection ancient and intimate, as though these creatures were part of the universe's memory. "You shared," the elder said. "You shared food, not just sustenance but intent, compassion. Humanity's first choice in eons to act not out of fear, but generosity. You awakened the bond." Elias blinked, trying to grasp the enormity of her words. "Bond? Between humans and you?" "Yes," she said, a serene smile spreading across her luminous face. "And now everything changes." The clearing trembled subtly, the moss glowing brighter, and a soft hum filled the air. Elias felt it vibrate in his bones, a resonance unlike anything he had known. A portal, or perhaps a bridge, formed above the stream, arcs of light twisting into the shape of a door. Beyond it, he saw glimpses of star systems, some eerily familiar, others entirely alien. "You may go," the elder said. "But remember this night. Remember choice. Humanity's destiny is no longer its own. It is shared." And then it happened. One moment, the sisters were there, ethereal and trembling with energy. The next, they were gone. The clearing fell silent, the only proof of their presence a faint shimmer in the moss and the trail mix wrapper crumpled in Elias's hand. Elias stumbled back to civilization, every step feeling heavier than the last. When he arrived at the city, he realized the world had subtly shifted. Communications were faster, understanding deeper. Humans instinctively worked together, solving problems that had plagued them for decades. Political boundaries blurred, scientific discoveries accelerated. Elias knew without doubt that it all stemmed from that single simple act, sharing food with two alien sisters in the forest. Months later, when humanity officially made contact with a peaceful alien fleet hovering near Earth's orbit, Elias was hailed as a pioneer, not because he had conquered or invented or even explored, but because he had chosen compassion over fear. The first words exchanged were not technical, not strategic, but simple. "Thank you." Elias smiled, thinking of the sisters and the way their eyes had mirrored the stars themselves. It was astonishing to realize that the destiny of an entire species had turned on a moment of kindness. He had expected nothing, yet humanity had gained everything. And as the sky shimmered with new possibilities, Elias understood something fundamental. Greatness often arrives quietly, in small human acts of courage and empathy. The universe had noticed, and it had chosen to respond. He never saw the sisters again, but sometimes when he walked the forest at night, he swore he could hear their laughter in the wind, a gentle reminder that even the smallest gestures can reshape the cosmos. Elias stumbled back through the forest, the echoes of the sisters' voices still lingering in the shimmering moss. The clearing was quiet now, but the warmth they had ignited seemed to pulse through the earth itself. He clutched the empty trail mix packet, realizing that a single act, so small, so human, had changed everything. When he reached the edge of New Denver, he noticed subtle shifts in the city. People worked together with unusual harmony, understanding seemed to deepen, and conflicts that had persisted for years dissolved almost overnight. It was as if humanity itself had been nudged toward a higher consciousness. Weeks later, satellites reported an approaching alien fleet. Not hostile, but magnificent, its ships shimmering like constellations. Governments called meetings, scientists scrambled, but Elias understood immediately. Humanity's destiny had already shifted in that forest clearing, because he had shared, not out of duty but compassion. The first official contact was simple, almost human. Words of gratitude echoed across frequencies, gentle yet powerful. "Thank you." And in that moment, Elias knew the sisters had been right. Humanity's choice to act with empathy had awakened a bond older than any star. Though he never saw the alien sisters again, their presence lingered in the quiet corners of his mind, in the wind rustling the trees, and in the subtle pulse of the world around him. One small act had rippled across the cosmos, reminding him, and all of humanity, that greatness is not always measured by conquest or power, but by the courage to share, to trust, and to choose compassion even when fear screams louder. Elias smiled, looking up at the sky now filled with possibilities, and whispered to the stars, "We are ready." And for the first time humanity truly was.